I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different and every breakup is different. Work with me and you'll get professional help on your situation. And if you're in no contact, focused on personal growth, my workbook series, The Knowledge, will help you make changes like you've never made before. Available now at AskCraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
And I'm Coach Victoria.
And today we're going to be talking about why is my ex mean to me? Exes can be really mean.
They can be.
And it's just so shocking to see somebody that you loved and that you were so close with just have this completely different attitude towards you.
Yeah.
And it's so hurtful when it happens because it's bad enough the person is ending the relationship, but then they have to be mean to you on top of it.
Yeah.
It's like, why do you have to be so mean to me?
Yeah, it's like kicking somebody when they're down.
Oh, yeah, it's just awful. It's a horrible feeling. And so we're going to talk about this today because we know how painful it is to see an ex mean, and they often do get mean. So why are they mean? Is there a reason that exes are mean? Well, I think there are several reasons why people can mean to you in a breakup.
So the first thing, of course, critical Vicky has to step in. You have to think, are they really being mean or are they just being serious? This is very tricky because during a relationship, you might be used to your ex being very lovely to you, very kind, very sweet, affectionate.
Warm.
Yes, yeah.
And now they're cold.
Yeah.
So cold.
And when you experience that, it can seem like they're being mean or cruel to you, when in reality, they haven't said anything mean to you or have, insulted you or anything like that. They're just being serious. So do think critically about that in your own experience. When you're really emotionally fragile, it can be very easy to take somebody's distance or straightforwardness as uncaring and mean, which it can be at times depending on the nature of the tone. But just something to be critical of throughout this video.
Yeah. You're probably going to be hypersensitive while you're going through this. Because you're hurting so badly that comments that are not meant to be mean come across as mean.
Yeah.
And I think people with an avoidant attachment style are going to be more likely to say something like, I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah.
Don't you want me to be honest with you? No, I don't. If that's what being honest is, no. Ideally, it's nice if somebody has some tact.
Right. And it doesn't make it any less hurtful, the fact, that these people are being straightforward with you. It's still hurtful, but just, think critically if it's actually cruel and try to think on their intentions, as difficult as that is to have empathy while you're in pain. But
yeah, like, are they insulting you?
Right.
Are they putting you down publicly? I mean, I had a guy that I did a coaching with this week that his ex was bad-mouthing him on Twitter.
Oh.
I mean, and so, yeah, that's mean. Those things are mean. But are they doing it mean things like that, where they're actually doing mean things? Or are they just distancing themselves because they're trying to navigate this too? Are they trying to figure out what they want to do? And, that even though it's just space from you, that can feel like it's mean, even though it's just meant for them to be trying to deal with their own emotions,
Yeah. And that being said, one way that they might be dealing with their own emotions is actually being mean to you and name-calling and doing all of these things. This is usually people who don't really have good emotional self-control, or if in their growing up, they've seen a lot of volatile separations. Let's say they saw a very dramatic divorce as a kid with name-calling and yelling. They've never seen an amicable breakup. Therefore, they might be reenacting that event. And in fact, that event might have even been traumatic for them. And so this breakup might be a reflection of how they view separations in general. So that could definitely be a reason why they're being mean, is that they've only witnessed explosive separations. Also, people aren't taught to have amicable breakups. There's no manual on how to break up or how to break up in a nice way and be polite and, be empathetic and have all of these nice values that make a breakup smooth. Nobody teaches this stuff truly. So it's very difficult to navigate a separation. And a major part of anger and being cruel could be a way to separate from you.
Yep.
So a main purpose of anger is separation and is distancing from that person. So they could be using these cruel tactics as a way of distancing themselves from you. It's not right, but they could be using those mechanisms.
You have to take a look at your part. Okay, were you doing anything that was harassing them? Reaching out to friends and family, going to their job, repeatedly calling them, blowing up their phone, insulting them online. Those are going to make somebody agitated. That's going to anger somebody, and that would be a reason that they're going to lash out at you. If you're trying to do stuff that is trying to convince them to change their mind and manipulate them to get what you want, that would be a reason that they're going to be mean to you.
Yeah, behavior is definitely a big factor in why an ex would be mean to you. Not only during the breakup, but also throughout the relationship. They might have a lot of leftover resentment from things that happened in the relationship, but cheating, lying, deception, any of these things.
Yeah.
They could be still angry about those mistakes that you made or, events that happened throughout the relationship. And people do have a right to be angry if you did something that angered them. Yeah. They don't have a right to disrespect you, however. So you do have to have your boundaries set on that end. And you also have to assess the actual incident that they're mad over and if it's proportionate to their anger and to their level of cruelty towards you. Many people who have experienced trauma might be very hypersensitive to the point where they're overreacting towards behaviors that don't merit those. And for those of you who are going through a breakup, you're already beating yourself up so much that to feel that extra pressure and extra condemnation from your ex can be really hard to handle, especially if it's unjust. So think critically about the actual event that's causing this anger, if there is one, and if it's proportionate to the degree of anger that they're showing you. And they could also be triggered. So think about what you know about them, their past history, their growing up, and any information that you know from them that could give you some more insight onto why they're so angry.
And sometimes the opposite is true, where you may think it was a small issue, and for you it felt like a small thing, but to them it was something that had been building up and was really a big deal. And so this event was like, that's it, I'm done. It's the, straw that broke the camel's back. And now they're frustrated and angry at you because you're not understanding how this was a big deal and something important to them. And you've kind of maybe minimized something that you did wrong. And so that would be another reason that they could be angry at you and, lashing out.
Right. And this happens a lot that we hear, oh, why did you guys break up? Well, it was over a small argument. And then the argument is something huge or, with a lot of meaning under it and a lot of reason as to why somebody would be mad.
I was hitting on her sister.
Just a small thing. So you do want to be aware of that. So if your ex is angry at you and being mean to you, what do you do? So obviously, if you are angering them or if there's something in your behavior harassing them, reaching out, third parties like Craig mentioned, then stop doing those things. That's quite clear, I hope, by this point. But if their anger is unprovoked and they're saying mean things to you and invading your privacy, maybe even to go out of their way to be mean to you, do not tolerate this. And there might have been mistakes that might have been made in the relationship, but people should be able to handle these in adult ways in relationships, and you also have the right to set up your boundaries.
Yeah.
Of course, you can apologize, but at what point are you punished enough, right? So do be aware of your own boundaries and what you will tolerate.
Yeah. I think some anger would be normal for a lot of breakups or most breakups. People are emotional. They're upset, they're disappointed, they're scared, they're hurt. And so a lot of different emotions are going to come up. Maybe they're frustrated because they told you 25 million times not to do this particular thing and you continue to do it.
Yeah.
So there's going to be some anger there. But there's going to be so much going on with it. It's not just going to be anger. It's going to be sadness. It's going to be maybe depression or grief. And, they need some space to process it. And if you keep trying to impose on them, they're going to get more angry at you until you get it. They're going to make their point get across to you.
Yeah.
So the sooner you understand, I gotta back off, I gotta respect their space,
Yeah.
the sooner they'll probably stop being angry at you.
Right.
Right?
And one last point is that if they are angry about things that did happen in the relationship, and later on down the line, you do have another chance with them once they've processed that anger and processed the breakup, you do want to go back to that and do sincerely apologize and also work on those reasons as to why the breakup happened. So don't just write off their anger as, okay, that was the past, but do also consciously work on your issues that have contributed to the anger and to the discontentment of the relationship.
Yep. So hopefully this gave you some better understanding of why your ex has been angry at you and what you could do to minimize more anger coming towards you. Of course, when you want to get my help personally, you can do that on my website, askcraig.net. Sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching and I do Skype. Coach Margaret, of course, is available for Skype coaching. And Coach Victoria will continue to train with us.
I'll be here.
But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Victoria.
And we will talk with you soon. To get my help personally, go to askcraig.net and click on Schedule Coaching and choose the option that works best for you. I do email coaching or Skype. To schedule a coaching with Margaret, click on Margaret on the top of the page and order a Skype with her. For the Knowledge Creative Healing course, click on the link at the top of the page and click Get Started Now.